Mm. Resentment? Yeah. Could be love. I'm not totally sure. Oh, revenge.
Revenge, Holmes?
Revenge could be a possible motive, but with one small reservation. We have reason to believe that the victim considered her murderer to be a typical client.
Yes, that is true. I'll say...
Black magic?
I'm not terribly interested in the occult or black magic. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to this motive.
Yes, I'm totally... Now this one I doubt.
Theft, perhaps?
I have a hard time believing that someone would attack poor Polly so fiercely just to rob her of a few coins.
No.
A personal drama?
Love can certainly lead to many a drama, but we have to consider the fact that the victim didn't know her attacker.
I say this one is most probably. And that might actually be as well. But the other one, no, I doubt that. As you can see, they are in green. That one also. They are all in green, but I don't. Now, may I get to the deductions, just the last ones? Okay, what I got was bruise, hard pressure. I've just tried these ones all the time, and as you can see, I put strong man down there, and the question still remains: is it a right-handed or left-handed murderer? We really don't know that, do we? Now, the killer strangled the victim with his right hand, might be, and the killer's left hand. So we are probably seeing a right-handed murderer. Good. Now, is these ones enough? Not really sure. But these two is the one that I think is most likely.
Well, we are still missing certain information in order to finish this investigation, Watson.
That's true.
What are we doing, Holmes?
Yes, what are we doing, Mr. Holmes? Are we having the newspaper? Is that fresh enough? Actually, I don't have anything that I can do, have I? No, don't do that. Oh yeah, I can do this. Now perhaps we should get to... Whoa, what's that? Oh, it's these ones. They don't say anything about those ones, do they?
Theft, perhaps?
I have a hard time believing that someone would attack poor Polly so fiercely just to rob her of a few coins.
I say no on that one. Well,
Homicidal insanity, Holmes.
It is indubitable that the man who did this to Polly Nichols is not of his full senses.
Yes, that's indubitable.
Black magic?
I'm not terribly interested in the occult or black magic. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to this motive.
Yeah.
A personal drama?
Love can certainly lead to many a drama, but we have to consider the fact that the victim didn't know her attacker.
Revenge, Holmes?
Revenge could be a possible motive, but with one small reservation. We have reason to believe that the victim considered her murderer to be a typical client.
Yeah, I say we go for madness.
Well, we are still missing certain information in order to finish this investigation, Watson.
So that's all we can do.
What do you think, Holmes?
Should I put them all green then, I suppose? They are. Yeah.
Well, we are still missing certain information in order to finish this investigation, Watson.
What shall we do, Holmes?
Yeah, what should we do, Holmes? I still say that one...
Elementary.
Elementary.
Very well, Watson. I think that we've exhausted the topic. Take a rest and we'll speak again later.
Yeah, that's probably the correct way of doing it.
Ah, it would seem that the investigation is advancing, Holmes.
Oh dear.
Yesterday's Star said that a suspect is in the hands of the police. A man with a rather sinister reputation.
Oh dear.
I was about to join you in your optimistic outlook until you informed me that the good news came from the press, Watson.
But surely they wouldn't invent the fact that the police are holding a suspect, or the acts that are attributed to him.
You will have an exact answer to these two questions in less than 50 seconds, Watson.
Pardon?
Enter, Inspector.
Good day.
Good day, sir.
Dear Watson, allow me to introduce Inspector Abbeline. Inspector Dr. Watson.
Inspector?
To what do we owe the honour of your presence, Inspector?
I heard that the two of you made your way to Whitechapel a few days ago. Your arrival, you are aware, coincides with a very serious affair which our police service is going to great lengths to solve and which is creating strong tensions in the area.
Pardon me, but haven't you arrested someone? A certain Leather Apron?
Absolutely not. The man who hides behind this name is indeed being actively searched for by the force. Besides, nothing at the moment suggests that he is the Bucks Row murderer.
There, you've been enlightened, Watson. Now it is our turn to answer Inspector Abbeline's questions.
Yes,
Indeed. I will be brief and precise. Do you intend to investigate this case, or have you already started?
It is to be of service to a friend that I went to Whitechapel. We did, out of curiosity, familiarise ourselves with the preliminary reports,
Absolutely.
and we made our way to the scene of the crime. Our conclusions are slim, as are the clues. Having not been officially appointed by a client, I believe that my intervention in this business will end there.
Very well. To be frank, you take the weight off my shoulders by distancing yourself from the case. Our image isn't very good, to say nothing of what the press puts us through. Thus, if overnight they found out that you were on the case, people would turn against us.
And they would pest me, overwhelm me, and finally make me out to be responsible for the inevitable failure such a scenario entails. Neither you nor I wish for this to happen. I know that your time is precious, Inspector. I will send you a note regarding my conclusions shortly.
With pleasure. Gentlemen?
Do you think that he will find the murderer?
No,
The chances are slim to non-existent. It is 7 days now, short of a
Yeah.
confession from the murderer himself.
And you will not go further?
You heard the Inspector, Watson. My presence in Whitechapel would hinder, which doesn't mean that we will drop the case.
How is that?
The Inspector spoke of me, but not of us. It is you, Watson, who will lead the investigation tonight. It is you who will bring to the police station the little note that I will write regarding our conclusions. Despite the late hour, there is nothing to stop you from making inquiries about this famous leather apron while you are there.
Totally true. So now you control Dr. Watson. Oh dear, now let's see. Leather Apron. More about his career. The sense of fear which the murder of the unfortunate woman Nichols has thrown over the neighborhood, and especially over her companions, shows no sign of decreasing. A number of street wanderers are in nightly terror of Leather Apron. One of our reporters visited one of the single woman's lodging houses last night. It's in Thrall Street, one of the darkest and most terrible looking spots in Whitechapel. The house keeps open till 1 o'clock in the morning and reopens again at 5. It's only 4 hours. In the house nightly are 66 women who get their bed for 4p. The proprietor of the place, who is also the owner of several other houses of a similar character in the neighborhood, told some gruesome stories of the man who has now come to be regarded as the terror of the East End. Night after night, he said, had women come in a fainting condition after being knocked about by a leather apron. He himself would never be out in the neighborhood after 12 o'clock at night except with a loaded revolver. The terror, he said, would go to a public house or coffee room and peep in through the window to see if a particular woman was there. He would then vanish, lying in wait for his victim at some convenient corner hidden from the view of everybody. The police are making efforts to arrest him, but he constantly changes his quarters. Some of the unfortunate women state that he is now in one of the low slums in the borough. One of them said she saw him crossing London Bridge as stealthy as usual, with head bent, skimpy coat turned up. I doubt that this is the guy we are looking for. Could we probably get something out of this one? You never know. The hunt began in earnest last evening. Constables 43 and 173. They began at 10:30 in Church Street in Shoreditch. Rumour having went to pubs. The hunt continues in the Brick Lane neighbourhood. Florendon Line being preferred lodging place. Not found here, however. The search direction of London Hospital. It is the general belief that the man has left the district. Baker's Row? Conduct. Never answers when put him and no one speaks of The grocer in your yard dwelt a long time last evening on this peculiarity. Oh no. Yeah, the Turner woman was found with 39 stabs. Right. Let's try and get over to the police station.
Well, if I follow Holmes's instructions, then to begin my investigation into this leather apron, I must first head to the police station.
Yep, that is the best place to start, I say. And perhaps they notice.
Good evening, sir. What do you... I know you. You were here last week with Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, sir, so it is. I got a letter from
Indeed.
Holmes.
I have come to bring a message from Sherlock Holmes for Inspector Abbeline.
Very well, I will pass it on. But come to think of it, someone was asking about you recently. Finley, the caretaker of some shady boarding house nearby. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes,
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Do you know anything about
Actually,
leather?
I read in the Star that you have arrested a suspect called Leather Apron.
You shouldn't believe what you read in that rag, sir. The man is being hunted, but we have yet to get our hands on him, and we aren't close to it either.
Why ever not?
Bah, he's a specialist in the streetwalker racket. These girls make pitiful witnesses, and we don't inspire confidence. Furthermore, the man seems to be pretty discreet lately. Someone must be helping to hide him.
Oh, yes, and perhaps that...
How to get on his trail?
One of these girls would have to confide in us and give a valid description of the man. Then we'd ask around the journeymen, who use aprons, I imagine.
That's true. Well, let's go to Finley.
Goodbye. I must go to Finley's boarding house.
Absolutely. Now, do we remember where it is? Yes, I think we do. Okay, it's a bit dark. Hello, sir.
Tell me, Is it?
I'm on duty, sir.
Okay. Now Finley's over here. I think I'll stop here. Just checking. Yeah, I think I'll stop here and I'll continue from this point on, mainly because it's easier for both me and you to remember where we were. Now, the deductions weren't that easy. We saw that. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.